Okazad spoke with Detective Burns, the lead investigator on the Heartrender case. After pleading their case, Burns welcomed the party to aid with the investigation, giving them 4 specially pressed coins to prove their involvement. Following this, the two went with Burns to the temple and discovered that the priests had established a system by which Genasi women in the city travel in pairs and use scrolls of sending to report any suspicious activity to the constabulary. They also spoke briefly with Tema before traveling with Burns to the most recent crime scene. It was here that they discovered that the 18th victim may have been able to resist her attacker before her death. They also informed Burns of the second killer, much to his frustration. Meanwhile, Thalia and Charya traveled to the naval station in search of Xena. While unable to locate her, they did find Chief Petty Officer Haas, Evelyr's attendant, who they informed of Evelyr's reinstatement. Charya also decided that she would eventually get back at him for selling her out to the Tekkenvir. The party reconvened and compared their collective notes with Detective Burns, learning the historical significance of the true polymorph spell. Parting ways once more, Okazad and Charya went with Burns to the morgue to inspect the most recent victim. Charya attempted to cast Speak with Dead using a scroll she'd purchased beforehand, but the spirit could only scream in agony as it relived the moment of its murder over and over. However, they were able to glean through these screams that the victim was betrayed by a friend, who was not a Genasi, and who she did not know had involvement with the temple or not. At the same time, Thalia and Jura spoke to the noble doctor Jura had previously met, gleaning that a stone for true polymorph would be held either at the fort or museum. Traveling to the museum first, they asked to speak to the owner at Burns' suggestion. This man, a crocodile lizardfolk named Salazar Sobek, answered many of their questions regarding the history of the Genasi and their cultural importance to Mahad. Additionally, he informed them that the stone of true polymorph had been stolen 2 weeks prior, while a team from the temple was set to transport it. Parting ways with Salazar, Thalia was told by Lucian that Nikos was aboard her ship, and she used her scrying orb to speak with him. Having been ruled out as the thief behind the stone going missing, Nikos offered to keep an ear out for information. And we are back.
Woo!
The ending to that one felt a little abrupt. I don't think you told us what line we were waiting for that time.
I didn't. There wasn't real. I think because we kind of had to scramble the last one to a quick end because MJ had some time-sensitive thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we just kind of cut it off. I don't think there was much else.
There wasn't much.
I
else
think he
going.
meant that you didn't tell us what line we were waiting for.
I
Right
also
now.
haven't been doing that for like 10 sessions.
That is true.
How dare.
At Zach's behest, funnily enough, you were the one who told me to stop.
I don't remember.
Well, regardless, so I believe now done with the museum, the 2 things on Thalia and Jura's plates, you were going to try the fort one more time to look for Xena, and then Thalia, Nikos is on your ship, so there's that.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
then Okazad and Charya, you now have your information from the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, just because it annoyed me. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Some assholes shooting off fireworks and scaring my dog.
What a dick.
Yeah, bright. It's still bright out. You can still see.
On
On
It's
August-
so cloudy.
yeah,
I imagine
like-
you wouldn't be able to see much anyways.
and August 22nd is the date of this recording. There is no reason to be launching off fireworks today.
Yeah. So sorry, just wanted to play it real quick.
Heck, we had a hurricane almost hitting us over here.
Anyway, back to the.
Yeah, back to relevance.
Okay,
So then, who wants to do who wants to do what first? Because the party is still split.
Well, Thalia and Jura ended it.
Yes, Juria.
Jura, yeah. We're just gonna combine everybody's names.
You know
I
what's
I demand fan art of like what fusion dances between the party members would look like.
You know, it's funny because the episode that's being uploaded right now that I just edited, Chris kept mixing up Thalia and Charya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're very similar names.
Well, that
Either
was
way,
that was his
we'll-
whole thing.
So we'll kick over to Okazad and Charya first.
Yeah, because we ended it last time, so whatever they were gonna do.
Yeah, I think we're coming back to you, last time, remember?
If I remember correctly, you guys were coming to try to find us.
Yeah.
Are they?
I think so, because they only had one thing to do.
Yeah, they only had that one. Oh, were we gonna meet up at the fort? Was that what we were gonna do?
Yeah, I think we were all gonna meet up at the fort at the end there because we were planning to meet up there, talk about what we know with what's his face.
Mhm.
Oh, then
Well,
shit.
we
if
were
that-
also
if
looking
that's
for
the case-
Xena too.
Yeah, we were also looking for Xena.
Oh,
We figured
I-
Xena might be at the fort.
I
Yeah,
think
that-
I think Charia had something to tell Xena as well. So
Mhm.
Then if that's the case, we can just have y'all reconvene at the fort. That'd be easier for everybody.
And we warped to the fort.
Teleportation.
I think we have that spell.
But I assume with how long that we were talking to the museum, because we also stopped in the Noble District, that should have given them enough time to
He's
do
right.
their crazy body thing. And
Yeah, either.
And
heading over.
I would say at this point, as you guys leave the constabulary, Burns hangs behind. He is now going to go over all of his case files and look at them through the prism of there being 2 killers instead of 1.
Hooray.
All right, just make sure that you're careful about this. Whoever's doing this is probably not happy that there might be people on their tail.
Unless you see my head on flames or, hair made of water. And I'm not a Genasi. I think I'm fine.
I don't think that would be relevant to the point.
I mean, they might still just off you and throw you in the river to keep the secret.
He lets his fingers kind of dance over the butt of the flintlock chilling on his waist. Yeah, I dare him to try.
She just kind of shrugs. Just watch out for just watch out for that big spell of theirs.
Uh-huh.
And she'll kind of start, walking off towards the fort.
Okay, so from the constabulary to the fort, I assume you would take that main street that cuts pretty much right through there.
Yeah.
All right, then you guys would actually cut over you would take the walkway that goes over the 2 halves of the menagerie.
hmm
Mhm.
So you both were actually the first. Roll perception if you're interested.
Sure.
How many roads are there to the fort, even?
There's like 2.
Because I only see one.
Let's say it looks like there's just the one. Well, I mean, from where you guys are, that's the one road you're going on.
Yeah, the one like you can scale the wall or kind of hug the walls and get in from the upper district or like go around, but the one that goes up and over the menagerie is the easiest.
17.
I'm gotta pull this up and
Okay, so Okazad, not so much. You're more intent on eyes front where you're going, but you notice a couple of sounds and looking around Charia, you notice it more. These areas to your left and right, it appears to be 2 halves of a very, very large zoo. And as you're looking, there appear to be like a couple of enclosures, darkened, housing creatures that you actually recognize from the Underdark, and then several others in various artificially constructed locales, animals from what you can see just all over the place. Some you're familiar with, some you've never seen before in your life.
Anything specifically drag my attention?
Just a couple feet below the walkway, you actually notice 2 animals, quadrupedal, like 4-legged, almost like golden creatures with brown spots with really long necks, like allowing their heads to be almost where you're standing.
Wow.
Obviously to the realistic perception, you're looking at a pair of giraffes, but Charia has never seen these before.
No, these are obviously long-necked drakes. But
And yeah,
I'm gonna...
you notice like there's a couple of trees down there too. You notice a long blue tongue come out of one of their mouths, just wrap around a couple of leaves and pull them into its mouth.
yes, see, they're drakes. I know of lizards that have blue tongues, so therefore. But no, I'm just gonna kind of look over though, because I'd be like, didn't know this place had a giant zoo. Did you?
Was it not on the map?
No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't imagine that this whole spot would be a giant zoo that you just walk over. I mean, look, they've even got...
With that 17 in perception, like this area is just a bridge connecting the upper district to the fort. Throughout, like in between all of these enclosures, there are several walking paths with spectators.
Yeah, Yeah, but she kind of looks over and goes, "Yeah, they even have these long-necked things." Oh, Kazad, what are these?
He just shrugs his shoulders at this.
Yeah, I mean, you can try nature with disadvantage.
Yeah, there's no way I would know this.
No harm in rolling for it.
Oh, apparently I
Apparently you
do!
do.
Wow, okay, so, I guess you must have seen a picture of one of these in one of the books you read in Gordatha. You know this creature is called a giraffe, something to that nature. You know they live in, like, big open flatland areas in warmer places where there are tall trees, hence the long necks.
I just relay this information over to Charia then. Nothing?
No, sorry, my mic was muted. Well, that is interesting, but shall we? Let us continue on to the fort. Maybe we can find Xena.
Maybe.
And in doing so, I would say when you like get right up to the entrance to the fort, Thalia and Jura, the path of least resistance for you would have been to go just north and then skirt along the fort walls. So I would say you all meet up right in the center, or right in the entryway, rather.
All right. Well, you do that.
I'm gonna roll stealth really quickly, GM, to try and sneak up on Jura.
Okay. I assume that beats Jura's passive perception.
Yes.
All right, she's gonna walk up behind him and then put her hands over his eyes and go, "Guess who?"
I go to stab with my tail.
Roll it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
All
damn.
right.
Oh, Jesus!
Fucking okay.
27 damage. That leaves me on not a lot of health,
That's
asshole.
probably, Oz, you probably shouldn't have done that.
Let me just 27. So I'm at 7 HP.
Thalia and Okazad, you notice the pair of guards that are like pretty much right outside the fort walls are watching this, and like they've got like hands on their spears, like what's going on? Do we need to get involved?
And you're gonna hear a loud dick.
Oh, Chari too. Should sneak up on me like that.
Asshole, do you just stab everyone who gets behind you?
Well, when they cover my eyes.
Yeah, I was trying to be cheeky and say hello in a different way.
I thought you were trying to attack me. I don't know. I've never.
If I was trying to attack you, why would I cover your eyes with my hand?
So I'm blinded, so I can't attack you. Clearly, you didn't think out your attack very well.
This reminds me of that
No,
one.
Attack him.
This reminds me of that one scene in Lego Batman. Alfred, I've got incredible reflexes. You shouldn't sneak up on me like that. Anywho,
If I was trying to kill you, I'd stab you in the throat.
I hope they have medics at this
Oh,
fort.
now that Charia's dying.
I seriously hope they have medics at this fort.
yeah, for that level of damage, I'd say like he probably nicked an artery or something in your leg, and you're just leaving just a trail of blood as you're walking into this place. Both of these guards look very concerned.
You might want to get healed a little bit.
Yes, I might want to, because someone's an asshole.
Oh, because I just gotta shout at the guards. Hey, is there a medic over here?
It's self-defense.
Self-defense, because you know my voice.
I mean, you are in a different.
That doesn't change my
Everything.
voice.
Does it not?
I mean, it doesn't have to. That's actually a thing, it doesn't have to.
You want to go find a doctor before you bleed out?
Just for-
At this point, I would say the guards like cross their spears and like actually ask you like, "What's your business here?"
We're here to see Scoot.
And Xena.
Because these two are idiots, one of them also needs to see a doctor now.
well,
Let me roll a history for both of these guys.
You say idiot. I say I defended myself pretty well there.
Okay, so the one on the left lowers his spear. Oh, you're the ones from the other day.
That would be
Yeah.
us.
Oh, I imagine you have an update for the lieutenant then.
We do.
Alright, well, I imagine you already know where his office is. As for Lieutenant Commander Atara, her office is at the top of the tallest tower towards the back of the structure.
I'm just gonna quickly cast a Cure Wounds on me at level 2.
Go for it.
Just to, it's not gonna super heal the wound, so that's
14.
14 healing. I've now tripled my remaining health.
Very unfortunate that I rolled a crit.
yeah.
Ow.
So they watch as you patch yourself up. You still left blood pretty much on the sort of white marble-esque.
And I don't have prestidigitation anymore. I got rid of that spell.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
Could Shapewater clean that up?
I mean,
The
it works
guard-
for beginners.
The guard on the right just kind of sighs. He lifts his spear back up, like as if to stand at attention, and he just kind of points at the giant blood spots. And you see, as his finger glows, the blood spots start disappearing.
Gonna smack her upside the head. See what you made. See, you just made more work for the guards.
Oh, it would have been so bad if you didn't sneak up on me like that.
Meanwhile, the one on the left also returns his spear to the upright position and just kind of points back with his thumb. All right, then guess you lot are good to head on in.
Yeah. She's just gonna grumble as she heads on in.
Just having a nice day.
Speaking of, is this tail still technically dripping with blood?
I would say it was more like a reflexive slash. So odds are, like, you ever get like a cut on your hand or something, and it doesn't bleed right away, almost like it takes your body a
Okay, fair
minute to
enough.
realize that. Yeah. So if there is, it would be a very, very small amount.
I think I did pretty well for today.
My asshole.
Listen, I think that's
Anyways.
I think it's a good sign for
Moving
today.
on.
Yeah, moving on from you attempting to murder me.
Well,
I said moving on.
Shall we talk to Xena or Scoot first?
I mean, Jaria's gonna go up and talk to Xena and try to, see if she's been informed of the everything we'll probably inform her of the everything. So I'd say we go
Well,
talk to Xena. She's your
Some
friend.
some people have also mentioned that Scoot might be in on it.
Yeah, so let's go talk to Xena first.
Yeah, not that I
Yeah,
think.
Xena.
Yeah, not that I think that he is, but I'll
Alright,
at least
so-
raise that to her.
Following the directive of the guards, you're able to find your way up to the So where to next, my friends?
I don't know.
Good
Well,
question.
I don't
I'm
really-
thinking.
I don't think we need to see Scoot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
What time of day is it?
At this point, I'd say it's around 5:36.
Okay. Well, I kind of give a wave. I kind of look at the group. Well, I should probably go back to the hotel and then start wandering about for a little bit. Which one of you has the scroll of sending?
I still have it.
Mind if I have it?
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you. You were going to be the first person I call for, Juro. But with that, I must bid you all adieu, and go get ready to play the best performance of my life, hopefully, and hopefully not the last.
Alright. Then Charia goes and you retire to the Winking Crocodile.
Yeah, and I head to the Winking Crocodile, go up to, make sure no one's, following me and such, get into the room, and then transform, and then head out to go shopping, quote-unquote.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I need to go to a store too.
You also have Nikos waiting for you.
Yeah, but I need to go to a store before I go back to the
Okay, what exactly are you in the market for?
Oh, remember that thing we discussed for my ship?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so I need to go there. I need to get some wood.
Alrighty, I would say you would actually be able to find that in the port district.
Okay, yeah, just wherever it is.
Yes, that's something you could actually easily do on your way back to your ship.
Okay.
And alrighty.
Where's
Was there
everybody else
anything-
going?
Yeah, was there anything anybody else wanted to do before this?
I got nothing.
Oh, were y'all going back to the ship, or were y'all
Uh,
following behind Charia? Because we
well-
can't technically leave her alone, but I've got to go see Nikos. So
Unfortunately, there's no way I'm hiding anywhere. The most I can do is stay in a nearby area, and if something happens, I can be there quickly, hopefully.
Well, it's the same thing for me, but I can stealth. I can try.
I mean, y'all can at least be walking around in the same area, just
Yeah.
not following behind her, I guess.
We'll keep a safe distance, or at least I will.
Okay, so Jura and Okazad are going to basically keep an eye on Charia.
I can't speak for Opposite.
I just don't think
No
I'm
one
stealthy
speaks.
enough to do it.
No one speaks
I mean,
for
if you
Okazala.
don't want to, then you can do something else.
Yeah,
we just need at
I
least
just don't know
one
what else to
person.
do.
We need at least one person watching out.
Opposite's taking too long to figure it out. I'm dragging him with me.
Alright.
I'm using.
So then, the question or the follow-up question I then have for you. Oh,
Let's see. I'm pulling, using my strength to pull him.
okay. So
He
by
doesn't
what
even fight it.
by what means are you keeping an eye on Charia? Are you going up and chilling with her? Are you watching from a distance? And if so, how?
Wait, where was Charia going exactly? Like,
She has a room at the Winking Crocodile Inn, so the F on the map right near the naval station.
And I was just gonna walk around shopping and then ask for an escort back there.
is there an open rooftop we can get to without being questioned?
There are some scaffolding and ladders that you can take to get to the rooftops, yeah.
That's probably the approach I'll take. Just keep an eye on her, and it looks like this is a pretty tightly knit area, so I can jump from roof to roof if I need to.
Assassino!
Essentially. If you got
Okay, but yes, that is actually a very astute observation. The roofs are very close together, so go ahead and roll acrobatics with advantage. Okazad, you do the same.
Well, he may not be able to. He's got wings. He can fly. Figure it out.
But I'd rather not be paying attention.
Assassino.
Yeah, that's about what I expected from you.
experienced hunter across tree branches, you're just nimbly going across these gaps on the rooftops. Okazad, you're a little
Just take my
hesitant.
time.
Yeah, you're taking your time. You're not quite as graceful as Jura is, but you're still getting from A to B.
That wasn't a 1.
It almost was.
But it wasn't.
Well, it would have been advantage anyway, so. Okay, so yeah, I'd say you're both able to keep an eye on Charia as she's going about her business.
Felt this is the best way we could go about it, so.
Are
Meanwhile,
we even hidden?
Well, I mean, it's dark out now, right? Or darkish.
it's getting there, yeah. And there are a couple of like town guards that you would encounter up there, but they don't pay you a whole hell of a lot of mind. And the ones that do, you can easily just flash those coins from Burns, and they ignore you. Meanwhile, in the Port District, Thalia, I would say you're able to find everything you needed up there.
Okay, and I'm gonna have them just deliver it to the ship.
Yes.
Okay. And I guess I'll go to the ship and talk to Nikos.
All right. You walk onto the ship, you go down into the galley, and you find Nikos chilling there with his feet propped up on a small barrel, his hat pulled down over his eyes.
I'll just go talk to Lucian real quick and hand.
To Lucian?
Yeah, to give him.
Floor could fall out from beneath us, or there are enemies dangling from the ceiling. You notice here and here.
He points to where you and he are on the 3D render. Both of you appear as yellow, where the rest of everything else is blue.
So we can detect anything that is alive or moving. Incidentally, it does not work on undead
As the 10 minutes elapses, like pretty much right as it's ending, you notice he's been sitting there like kind of cross-legged, just kind of focusing on the mask, like his hands crossed over it, just kind of getting a feel for what it is and what it's about. As the 10 minutes passes,
down, and then I'll just start heading back to sort of the market area to catch up to whatever they're doing.
all right. So what are the rest of you doing while all that was going on?
Well, me and Oakzad are still watching over Charya.
Yeah, you're all being all Venice rooftops with her.
And Jari is just going about in the genasi form of the next likely type of victim and shopping.
All right, I would say.
You know, tourist stuff.
Okay, is there anything in particular you're looking for during this time?
Some outfits, bikinis, stuff like that.
I'd say you find those in spades.
Yeah. You know, I already got the parasol that I wanted. Besides that, though, maybe a nice dress.
Okay, I'd say a decent dress would run you probably 25 gold.
Okay. And then just kind of like several regular outfits and, you know, some lazy ones. You know, just an assortment of clothes that she can wear when she doesn't have to be professional.
Okay, I'd say collectively, just for like a bunch of miscellaneous clothes, that would be another 5.
Okay.
We can add what those are and what their descriptors are later.
Yep, we can figure that out later. And stop occasionally for snack on some stuff. So, say just round it out to 75 total.
Yeah, so I would say at this point, after all your spending and after Thalia doing what she just got done with, the sun is down at this point. The city is illuminated by torches and light spells from those able to cast it.
Alright. And so at this point, I'm gonna pull out the scrying orb for a quick second and duck into an alleyway and pull out the scrying orb and use it really quickly to call Xena.
You tune into her frequency and you catch her on the other side.
Good evening, Charya.
Good evening. Let us commence the mission to see if I am good enough to be killed.
Very good. Is there anything in particular I should be looking for?
Mostly just if someone attempts to kill me or you notice anyone acting strange outside of what is recommended for the situation, seeing as the city is more or less on lockdown.
Understood.
And she'll kind of tuck it into like one of the clothes bags. That way she can kind of see out, but it's not obvious.
Yeah, because unfortunately, if you put it fully in a bag, it's going to obscure her view.
Yeah, we'll put it in like with one of the fancy clothing sets and stuff, So it looks like it's just kind of a large, ornamental kind of thing.
Makes sense.
And then she's gonna head on over to the church.
Alright, on your way there from Market Street to the temple, you actually notice there are several pairs of Genasi women just kind of walking about, like obviously keeping to the well-lit areas and like well in view of other people, but pretty much all of them are traveling in pairs now.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of throw it a perception, just kind of scan them, just kind of look over them, make sure to get a good view on each one in case one of these does turn up murdered.
Go for it. Okay, 21. I would say, yeah, you get a feel for most of pretty much all the people you see from here back to the temple.
I like
Right.
how you're going from the market all the way up to the temple to ask for an escort back to the inn that you were just next
Don't worry,
to. Amusing.
Shut up.
Listen, we're all about taking long, circuitous routes to solving problems here.
Mhm.
I know, I just find it amusing. Like, obviously, it's meant to be that way, but I just find it amusing.
Hopefully our killer doesn't see it.
Yeah, hopefully our killer doesn't realize, weren't you just by your inn?
I know. You see, I had to.
Now that you've got a bunch of shopping bags that you clearly went by yourself shopping.
No, I went up over towards the bazaar and port area, obviously.
Or you could say that you had a friend with you while you were shopping,
Mhm.
and they
And I
had to
had to
go
walk
off
them
somewhere
back.
else. Yeah, they had to go off somewhere else with somebody else. Now you would like an escort back to your inn.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll head over to the church and see if Manu or any of the priests are around.
Manu, you actually notice, is still around.
Oh, I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, excuse me.
Yes, my dear, how can I help you?
I kind of lost track of time and I walked one of my friends back to their place, but does the church have someone that can escort me back to my inn really quickly?
Many of the acolytes are enraptured in their evening duties. I can escort you if you wish.
That would be wonderful, thank you. I go to the constabulary, but I don't know if I can trust them with all the things going on.
Well, your skepticism is understandable. I assure you, they are very proficient at keeping the peace in this city. Try not to judge them too harshly.
I understand. And she'll kind of smile and, say, look, the inn I'm going to is the Winking Crocodile, so...
Ah, that is fairly close by.
Yes, if you do know any shortcuts for us to get us there faster, I would greatly appreciate it. I've only recently come back into town due to a passing in the family.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that. And he kind of, like, as he's leading you to the door, he looks back over his shoulder. Encore! And that priest comes up. I will be escorting this young lady to the Winking Crocodile. Kindly mind the temple in my absence. And Encore nods and returns to his duties. Very well, we can go now.
You know, let him kind of lead the way, kind of being at his side.
For pretty much the entire trip, like, you see that big open road to the east of the temple?
Mm-hmm.
He takes you pretty much directly down that, except towards the very end, like pretty much right to the east of the Winking Crocodile, he cuts very briefly to an alley and takes you in through a side area to loop around to the front door.
You know, kind of follow him. Does he kind of give off any creepy vibes or anything?
He keeps looking left and right, like as you guys pass the other side roads or down alleyways, like he looks down just to make sure there's nobody down there, and every so often he looks over his shoulder to make sure you're still following him.
Yep, no, I'm following him fairly closely.
Meanwhile, me and Okozad are still on the rooftops.
Yeah, he does not look up at all, like he gives neither of you any mind.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw out my own perception check to see if we're being followed at all.
Go for it. No. Best as you can tell, everybody's going about their business. A couple of people recognize him and give him, the typical religious greeting, which he returns.
Mm-hmm.
But no, nobody suspicious.
Okay.
And as you arrive at the Winking Crocodile, well, here we are. Was there any other service I could provide?
No, I think that was, pretty much it. Thank you once again for the escort. It's just been so worrisome these past few days, it seems.
I'm happy to be of service. Then if there was nothing else, and he gives you the religious gesture,
Mm-hmm.
Go well, my child.
Yeah, and she just kind of, gives a smile and a nod, and, proceeds to head in. She'd give the religious gesture back, but, bags.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes up to her room and sets the things down. Or kind of sighing and looking over at looking at the scrying orb and be like, well, either he noticed the scrying orb or he is playing it extra safe right now.
Sorry, had to grab it for a second.
Yes. He did not exhibit any behavior that I would consider suspicious.
Then, in that case, I might have to take another stroll out here in an hour or two.
I would of course advise caution, should you do so.
Of course, but I have my best friend on speed dial, don't I?
That you do.
But with that, I'll let you at least get some rest, as I know these days have been probably stressful on you too.
I'll be sure to sleep in something that can still be presentable outside, in the event.
Understandable.
Then good evening, Charya.
And she'll nod and she'll kind of turn it off and open up her window and just kind of... Actually, does the room have a window?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, she'll kind of open up the window and kind of lean out before kind of giving another quick glance around.
Yeah, I think I said the window in your room overlooks the townscape area.
Yeah. And she's just kind of looking out, just kind of checking things.
Yeah, so on the... obviously you can see across a lot of the townscape because your room is, I think, on the second or third floor.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see out over that. You can see a couple of the torch-lit areas in the south district of the menagerie, and then you can, of course, see the taller towers on the fort off in the distance.
Alright. Then, yeah, she's just gonna kind of wait an hour or so before heading out into the darkness.
Alright, I would say, Thalia, at this point, you're able to meet with them at the inn if you wished.
Okay. Yeah, but she needs to be on her own. Oh. Or Charia needs to be on her own. Or she's gonna get grabbed.
Actually, roll me a perception as you're on your way there, Thalia. You actually notice Manu as he's returning to the temple as you pass by it.
What's he doing? Just casual?
Yeah, I mean, he's walking with a bit of a... Not necessarily like he's in a rush, but with a bit of a spring in his step, as if he's in a hurry to get back there. And then he goes inside, he appears to greet another person. You recognize it as Encore, the head embalmer.
Mm-hmm.
And then he returns to the inner port, or one of the inner portions of the temple.
Then I'm actually gonna stash myself somewhere close to the temple.
Okay. Then Jura and Okazad, what are you doing in this time?
I imagine we're still just on the roofs.
Yeah, so just keeping an eye on things.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't really have much we can do
Alright, so you're just hanging around the inn still?
at the moment, yeah. Or, you know, keeping an eye out if there's anything else we can notice.
Couldn't hurt to roll.
I was about to say, shouldn't we be rolling for this?
Well, we can always try.
Well, I'm seeing not.
Not your day
anything.
today, is it?
I mean, I got the one nature roll, and that's where it all
Yeah.
went.
Neither of you
Neither of you are paying attention.
Yeah, neither of you see shit.
It is dark out.
Oh, yeah, neither of them has dark.
Nope. That is... Wow, that is actually really unfortunate. Okay, then Charia, an hour passes. Where are you fixing to go?
I'm actually fixing to just kind of walk across town towards like the middle district. Like, oh no, I forgot, something at my friend's house, and it's really important to me.
Okay, then what route are you taking to get there? You can use the draw tool if you want.
Yeah. I'm kind of just, let me see, with the crocodile. I'm just kind of going up these side alleys.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't care, but it actually is kind of relevant right now.
Yeah, pass by the church.
I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, no, I'm
He probably has to
I'm
finish
still
the
drawing
line
it.
before he
Oh,
actually
okay.
see it.
And then head up over toward kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of taking a circuitous route over there because I don't know my way around town. I've only been here for a bit.
Yeah, so that would actually take you, pretty much just north of where the pit is.
Hmm. And then from there, I'd more or less just kind of pass around the pit. And
I'd probably see her as she passed the temple.
Roll perception then, Thalia.
something like that basically is my full path.
Okay, yes, you actually would see her as she passes by the temple.
Figure covering as much territory as possible would be good.
Yeah, that's definitely a good safe bet. So that trip,
And I'm also keeping an eye out in case anyone has been murdered.
yeah, so that walk at a brisk pace will take you about 2 hours.
Yeah. And she might be going just a little bit slower because she's obviously trying to be careful.
Okay, so let's call it around 3.
Yeah.
So if it's probably 7 by the time you leave, it'll be 10 by the time you get back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Plenty
so
of time to get murdered.
yeah, so Thalia, you see Charia pass by. Do you do anything?
No, because I'm gonna watch the church to see if anybody's coming out. Because I assume Jura and Okazad are following her.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll me one more perception for the inside of the church while all this is going on. Ooh, even better. So at around, like about after, I'd say maybe 45 or so minutes after you see Charya, you notice most of the acolytes go home for the evening. Like they all wrap up their duties and they go home. Encore goes home. You notice Manu actually retires to that inner sanctum at the innermost part of the temple, where he remains for about an hour before getting his things together and leaving himself. The only ones here are a couple of acolytes that show up afterwards, ones who were not here during the day, who basically just watch the place at night.
Okay.
I mean, was there anything in particular you were looking for?
I don't know, anything suspicious? And I guess I could follow Manu.
Roll me an insight real quick.
Only those with advantage.
Yeah, if only. Yeah, because no, you didn't say anything for specifically what you were looking for, otherwise I'd have given it to you.
No, because it's just anything suspicious. I mean, I already suspect Manu, so... I don't know
So that's what he was
specifically.
getting, though.
Yeah. Anything suspicious.
Okay, because... fuck it. You can take the advantage.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not so much suspicious per se, but one thing that stands out is between all the priests, all the acolytes, everybody that's here has gone home and has shown up later in the evening, you notice you never saw Tema here.
Oh. Right. Isn't there? Sure.
Well, that actually strikes you as a little odd because she works here.
She's Genasi, too.
Yes, she is. But yes, then if you wish to follow Manu, that is a thing you can do as he leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, then go ahead and roll me stealth real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the rooftop thing like they are, too.
Okay, then stealth and then acrobatics. Okay. Yeah, you're a fucking shadow on the rooftops.
Okay.
It's like that show Gargoyles or whatever it was.
I mean, she does like that show.
I didn't hear what he said.
He made reference to gargoyles.
Ah, yes.
You
do
should
love
think about by one of them.
Then Jura and Okazad, you can actually both roll me a perception if you'd like.
Well,
God!
Nope. Yep. Even you do not see Thalia.
God, you guys are useless.
don't sneak up. Don't sneak up on me. You'll get stabbed.
Don't bump into each other.
And now to the meat and potatoes of this, Charya.
And did I win the lucky prize of getting murdered?
No. Though you can roll me a perception to see what you see.
You did almost win that prize earlier.
Yeah.
With a 15, as time goes on and your walk progresses, you notice you're seeing fewer and fewer groups out. Like, obviously people are turning in, it's getting late. Incidentally, as you travel through, like, get to the middle district and travel through there, you actually notice there's significantly more of an active nightlife here than in the rest of the town.
No.
And with that 15 in perception, you actually do happen upon one group who, it's a mixed bag of people. There's a lot of Genasi, a lot of humans, a couple of Kenra, and actually a handful of Aarakocra as well. and they seem to be talking about some event that's going on tonight that they're getting to.
Oh, what kind of event?
From what you can tell as you're focusing in, it appears to be some kind of beachside bonfire.
Something that someone might be murdered at. I'm just gonna kind of listen in for a second, see what exactly they're talking about. As I kind of look around like I'm lost.
Right. So as you get on to, or as you, I guess, get closer to them,
Mhm.
as you get closer and they begin to talk more about it, it seems to be a party thrown by this guy Tota, they're saying.
Mhm.
And apparently his family has invited him to come and go on some adventure with them. Like his father is finally bringing him to some kind of family business, and this is going to be his going away party. So there's going to be some big thing, a lot of people, a lot of music, probably a lot of drinking, probably quite a bit of people making questionable life decisions, and there's going to be some big-ass bonfire over at Island View Beach at around midnight, give or take.
Okay. So I'll
And
keep that in mind.
from what these crazy kids are saying, they plan to party until the sun comes up.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But with that I'll kind of just once again take note of the Genasi faces just in case. And
Okay.
continue along my path.
All right, the rest of the trip, I mean, obviously as you get down closer to the slum areas, you start to see, slightly more transients, some ladies of the evening and other sorts accost you for this and that. Some of them just give you sideways glances, others pay you absolutely no mind at all. But you notice this place actually, the closer to the slums you get, this place actually comes alive at night.
Makes sense.
Where before, the couple times you met Heinrich at the Black Sand Inn during the day, there wasn't really a whole hell of a lot going on. These people just crawl out of their homes like ants when the sun goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To anyone who approaches her to try and get her to buy a service or buy them for the night, she, politely declines and that, putting on a little shy act, but, continues on.
Yeah,
Try not to cause too much problems.
one thing you notice, roll me an insight real quick.
Insight. I might be able to do that. Insight.
Oh, fuck yeah, you can. You notice in the slums, basically the poorer the place appears to be, the more people are around at night. Even in the back alleys and the little crevices between buildings, there are just eyes everywhere. You would have to be a fucking moron to try and kill somebody in this part of town.
Okay, so very unlikely to try and kill as you get closer to the slums.
Yeah, the closer to the slums you get, the more eyes are likely going to be on you at night.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll kind of keep away from those areas, obviously, attempting to put up the act of, I'm just lost and, I'm not trying to get into too much trouble, so obviously if I avoid those big crowds of scary-looking people, I'll not die.
You wandered into the wrong part of town, friend.
Oh god!
But yes, you make it back to the inn. It's around 10 p.m. now, maybe a little later. But you didn't, nobody accosted you attempting to murder you, nor did you observe any suspicious activity in the people coming and going.
Okay, well, the next best thing is to kind of use these, or actually, I'm going to look out my window and kind of see if I can spot Okazad in them.
Alright, that'd be another perception to see them.
I don't think that beats any of their tests.
I don't think. Like, are you two attempting to remain hidden?
At this point, yeah, we're trying to be.
Okay, then go ahead and roll stealth against Charya's perception. You see Jura. Okazad, however, you do not see.
His first good roll, and it's not even that necessary.
Hey, the Black Lily
Yeah.
knows.
But I was kind of like try to lock eyes with Juro.
Lizard Boy number 1.
Yeah, with Lizard Boy number 1, and kind of step away from the window a little bit as if I was heading back inside, only to kind of turn around and go, kind of like shrug, like where's number 2?
Thalia, are you still attempting to remain hidden?
Well, I'm not following them though. I'm following mine.
Right. Okay, never mind. I'm
Yeah, you
stupid.
forgot about that. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm wherever Manu is.
Yeah, I will hop back. I will hop back to that in just a second.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of like shrug, where's number 2?
Dude, can I see number 2 who's right next to me?
I would say yes. He's right fucking there.
I'll just kind of like dart my eyes over to wherever Okazad is, I guess to my left.
I just kind of squint a little bit more, and just kind of shrug, like whatever.
He's hiding behind a suspiciously shaped lamp.
I kind of point towards the direction of port, and then kind of make a motion like jumping over to the other island, because it's the party's over on the other island, right?
No, it's Island View Beach. That's the N on the map to the east of the naval station.
Then I kind of point. Thank you. I kind of point over that way, and make motions of like waves and the kind of like fire.
Can I understand anything?
Charya, roll performance. Jura and Okazad, roll me an insight to see if you can make sense of this.
It's an excellent performance. I do say so myself. I did it in of dance.
Yeah, more or less like Jura more so than Okazad, but you're more or less picking up what she's putting down.
I've been there, so I know.
Beach? What? The beach? What the heck is he talking
I
about?
don't know, just follow him. Maybe he knows something. Or she.
And I'll kind of wait a little bit longer before heading out towards that beach, because the best parties start when you get there early,
Indeed.
especially if you get shit-faced before 90% of the people get there.
And it is at this point, you can go ahead and clear the drawings now.
I like
So-
these squiggly lines.
So Thalia, you follow Manu. He actually goes. I will draw his path for you. So you follow him from the temple up through the bazaar, port, and agricultural districts, and then he goes south into the middle district and into what looks like kind of a half decent looking apartment complex.
Why this path though?
Interesting path. Though.
Yeah, you could have just gone through the upper district and gotten there much faster.
Well, roll a perception as you're following him.
Oh no.
You
It's always
notice,
the one advantage.
you notice that he stops a couple of times in front of a couple of different people, but you can't really see what he's doing or hear what he's saying.
I roll perception depending on how many times.
Yes. Okay, so try it again. I know how many times you gotta do it in my head. Just try it again.
Okay.
You missed it the first time. The second one, he stops at basically this dude sitting on one of the corners who actually like begs him for what he can spare. And from what you can see, he hands a couple of gold pieces to this guy. And he actually points back like towards the direction where you guys came from, and you actually hear him mention the winking crocodile to the guy.
Mm.
And with that, you notice he does it another 3 times, though not necessarily to the same extent. But he's basically just making rounds, seeing, from what you can tell, if there's anybody who requires aid this late at night.
Okay, but why did he tell the guy winking crocodile? Did he tell the guy winking crocodile, or did the guy tell him winking?
No. Manu told him winking crocodile and pointed back to where the inn was. And with the 23, he basically said, "Hey, take this money, go get yourself a room."
These are some parcels.
But why that one?
Well, let's be honest. There's 2 inns, and the other one is in the slum.
There can't be only 2 inns.
Oh, there
3, sorry.
there
Place.
are 3 inns in the city, but that one was the closest.
Here, here, and here are they.
Yes.
So yeah, the winged crocodile would be closest.
Yeah, there's the winking crocodile, the drunken falcon, and the black sand.
But either way, this one is the closest.
Okay.
But yeah, so you
Making
follow.
this sound like a waste of time now. Yeah.
And then go ahead and roll me one more.
Please be good.
Everyone doing good.
Okay, I actually got to look something up for this.
Yeah.
That was
you do
almost a
that.
nat 20.
Close.
Very close.
So far, it seems like we're both dredging up an empty net.
Yeah, this is kind of anticlimactic.
I have a
To
feeling
be
we're
fair,
fol-
I didn't expect to get him on the first night.
I also think we're following the wrong person.
Yeah.
Okay. No, so
Well,
this time you actually do hear an exchange as he pulls a small scrying orb out of his robe. Like as he gets to this apartment, like as he's standing outside the front, you actually hear an exchange between him and a rather young sounding female voice on the other side. However, I don't believe you speak primordial, do you?
Oh.
Yeah, so unfortunately you can't make heads or tails of what they're saying, but he does appear to be basically taking a... Actually, roll me insight real quick before I give you any of that.
No, just give it to him.
No.
Fine. Give it to me anyway.
From what you can work out, like obviously you can't understand what words are being spoken, but it sounds like he's telling her to do something.
Can I roll something to see if I can memorize what he...
That would be a straight intelligence.
Oh no.
Yep. Honestly,
Yes,
that's
it's-
the reaction. That's the answer I think it should have been.
Yeah, it strikes your ears as ancient Greek. You can't understand shit.
Well,
It's hard to remember no language you don't speak.
It really
does
is.
anybody speak primordial? Like,
I thought I did, but I have Abyssal.
Draconic, not primordial.
Yeah, I don't think
any
that
of us do.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything any of you speak.
Yeah, I have Abyssal,
No,
Celestial, and Draconic.
And I don't have the ability from Warlock to speak every language just yet.
Mhm.
Wait, do I have...
What is Primordial again? I forget. It's like giant.
I'm pretty sure there's also a
primordial-
spell for that.
No, giant is its own language. Primordial is the language of the elemental planes.
no, I don't have tongues yet.
No
Oh.
comprehend language, I would imagine.
Wait, do I still have a scroll?
Yeah, comprehend languages is a first level ritual that we don't have, I don't think.
No, I used that scroll.
Then, yeah, so you hear him taking the commanding role in a conversation with somebody in Primordial, but you don't know who's on the other line, and you can't understand what they're saying.
Ooh,
I assume there's no way to trace the line.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
And as you're not right up on him, the majority of his body is blocking the orb, so you can't see who's on the other side either.
Great. Probably Tim.
But yes, as the female voice gives like a final, you're assuming confirmation, he deactivates the orb, puts it back in his robe, and enters the building. And after about 5 minutes, you see a dim, almost candle-ish light illuminate the windows on the 4th floor.
Yeah, he's not who I needed to follow then. Need to figure out where the fuck Tim was at. Oh shit.
Could always steal his orb.
Would that work?
Well, it's scrying
Someone's
orb,
gonna be
it's more
suspicious
different.
if you do.
Yeah, but even stealing it, would that be able to help me find whoever it was?
So, the way they work in this universe is like you have to artificially set a scrying orb's magical frequency for whoever you want to talk to. Assuming you don't try to call a different person, the orb should still be set to the frequency that it was last used to call. So if you activate one, it'll just basically star 69, whoever the last number called was.
Okay, so if I do steal it, then I could technically use it.
Yes, you could attempt to initiate a call to whoever he was just speaking to.
Okay, and I assume this is something Thalia would know. This
Go ahead and
my
roll me.
fairly
Go ahead and roll me
knowledge.
an Arcana with advantage, since you've been dealing with scrying orbs for a little while now.
Added Arcana too.
Yeah, but I'm giving you advantage, so.
That
That's
doesn't-
still not good.
I'm still not good at Arcana.
Okay, then one more time, just a flat intelligence, but no advantage this time.
Another one.
So, like, Arcana and
Wow.
intelligence. Arcana goes off of intelligence.
I know it does.
It's my
but
worst stat.
I was trying to give you another chance.
It didn't work.
Should I
Didn't
call
work.
some? No, I don't know.
It did not work.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could call over to them and see how they're doing.
Yeah, that would work.
Since now mine is done. It seems like something Thalia would do.
Yeah, so I'd say you managed this probably about 10 minutes after Charia returns to her room. So at around that point, Charia, you get a buzz on your orb.
Alright, I kind of step back from the window and pull it up. Hello, yes, Marketplace Reserve. May I take your order?
Oh, shut up. I tell her, you know, the thing with Manu. I followed him, didn't do anything suspicious until the very end. Where he called someone, gave instructions in a language I couldn't understand, and then went into his room.
Can I roll to see if I have the knowledge of how scrying orbs work?
Go for it. You know there's probably a way. Go ahead and roll a flat intelligence as well.
One. Well, it wasn't one. That's a
My worst stat.
Technically,
Or
it
I
wasn't
can't pick
one.
worst.
I will say you don't know if it's possible, but you're curious enough to propose the idea.
Okay. Well, what if you stole his scrying orb? I've only heard of it in rumors that it's possible to track who someone's called, especially because the last frequency they set it to will stay until it's changed.
Hmm.
I would say not even a rumor. You just get it in your head like, hey, would this work?
Okay. And I mean, if anyone can figure out how this might work, we have Lucian.
That is true. I'll go ahead and steal it.
That, and he's smart enough. He might be able to figure out what language they were using if you could tell them anything about it.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and steal it and see what we can figure out from it.
All right, I'm going to a beach party and hopefully be murdered.
Beach party?
Indeed, a big beach party with someone going into the family business, and with a young one going to the family business, so I figure a big beach party, partying all night until morning, with lots of genasi and people around, and alcohol, promiscuity, and drugs. I think that's a perfect place for a murder, don't you think?
And where will this be at?
It'll be over on the Island View Beach, just east of the naval station.
Okay. Perhaps I'll meet you over there.
Don't keep me waiting, love.
She sighs and just turns it off.
Yep, and I'll pocket mine and wait a little bit before I head out to the Island View Beach.
Alright, so you're gonna wait, because you know the party starts at midnight.
Yeah. I want to basically kind of get there about 11-ish.
Okay, so in another, I'd say 30 or so minutes, you can start walking. It shouldn't take you that long to get there.
Yeah, I'll take the most backwards path there, possibly through every alleyway.
Okay, so in that 30-minute span, Thalia, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna hop over to the roof of that apartment building.
Okay. I will say it's 6 stories high. You saw Manu's, you assume it's his, on the 4th.
Okay, how's the like if I were to climb down, how's kind of the outside of the building?
All of the outside rooms, there's no balconies or anything, but you do notice like small planters made of wrought iron bars sticking up out of the building. And if the building is made out of like those limestone bricks, these bars are dug and anchored rather firmly inside the buildings, like right below the windows.
Okay, so I should be able to sort of Assassin's Creed down.
Yes. I love how that's the theme of this episode.
Yes.
It's just what's on everyone's mind, I guess.
Yes.
And also, it's just kind of working out that way.
Yeah, I'm okay with
That's
this.
gonna be the name of this episode, probably.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. It makes me very happy.
Yeah, so that's what I'll do then.
Okay, then go ahead and roll me in acrobatics to attempt this. Change it up a little bit.
Please be good.
I believe.
Oh snap.
There it is. See what happens?
Oh,
I controlled
so-
the dice today. I
Yes.
believed and you were granted.
So you are basically like Thalia Auditore da Firenze. You climb up the side of this thing, hang down off of the front, basically let go and catch yourself twice. You are now pretty much right in front of his window.
That's a little
Lights still
primordial
on?
you're speaking there.
The candlelight is still on, and there appears to be like the centermost part of it. It's basically windows that open like a French door, like French doors. So
Okay.
one of them is slightly ajar, letting a breeze come in and just ever so slightly disturb the curtains, like the white linen curtains in front of in front of the windows if you were looking out from the inside.
Okay, can I see in at all?
Roll me a perception with advantage since you are right there. Yes, you can. As you know, as the wind tugs at this curtain and it affords you a brief glimpse inside of this room, you notice it appears to be a decent sized, almost like a studio apartment where everything's kind of in the same room. It's not overly large, but you do see Manu. He's, for the most part, removed his priestly robes and he's taken to wearing kind of like not necessarily a gown, but like a more at-home sort of robe that he would just be around the apartment and sleep in.
Hmm.
And the place appears to be very modestly decorated, if at all. Like he's got a couple of idols to the gods, a couple of incense going, and a couple more candles lit on the far side of the room. There's a bed sort of close to the window, but he's not in it. He's on a cushion over on, from what you're seeing looking in the left side of the room over where the idols are. And he appears to have his head down in prayer, hands together.
Do I see the scrying orb anywhere?
Yes, actually. On the other side of the room behind him, there is actually a two-tiered dresser, presumably where he keeps his robes and other clothes. On top of that are a number of effects, including a bunch of rings and a small pedestal where the orb is set.
Okay, so is the orb closer to me or is he closer to You said it was behind him.
It's about the same because from how to draw it or how to paint you an accurate picture of this, assume the
Like
room
if I'm looking in, is
Yeah,
he
assume-
facing me?
No, he is facing, like, assume the room is a perfect square. You're on the south side, like, in the middle of the south side of that square.
Uh-huh.
He would be in the middle of the west side of it, looking at the west wall, like, looking down with his eyes closed in prayer. The scrying orb is in the middle of the east side.
Kind of like that.
Sort of, except he's all the way to the left.
Yeah, he's all the way to the left, right?
Okay, so he's like.
Okay, so if I were to sneak in and go to the right, grab it and come back out, I have a chance at him not, right?
Yes, if you're stealthy enough to get in there, like, past his passive perception, you could swipe that orb and leave.
Are you disguised though?
Well,
No.
don't meta deadlock. But
I also don't know if I should wait or not. I also don't have no idea how long that prayer is going to take. You said the bed is close to the window? Where's the bed exactly?
The bed would be in the bottom right corner.
Okay, so he would go to bed right underneath the scrying orb then.
Yes, basically the head, like the headboard of his bed would be probably just a couple of inches away from the side of the dresser that all that stuff is on.
Oh, wait.
You said you'll wait?
Yeah, I don't know how long his prayer's going to literally get up at any second.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't have other than regular stealth. Yeah, because I don't want to do any sort of distraction in case he comes back. No.
if you-
Oh, wait.
Actually, if you want, you can roll a religion to see if you recognize the prayer he's giving.
Religion, because again, it's intelligence.
It doesn't hurt to roll.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not sure.
Yeah, no, I'll wait then. Because I mean, if I get a bad stealth roll, he's literally right there, awake. I
Alright,
assume
so-
if he's asleep, I might get advantage on the stealth, or
I would say yes if you wait until he takes to bed.
okay. Because obviously, I'll just grab the scrying orb like I would anything else and stick it in my ring.
Mhm.
Just pop right back out. Yeah, that. I'll wait for that. That gives me a higher chance.
Okay. Then, as that's happening, roll me an athletics to hold on to these metal bars as you're waiting.
Oh shit! I have a -2.
I bless with a good number.
Okay, yeah, you managed to. It hurts. It hurts like a bitch. Your fingers are definitely going to be sore tomorrow, but you are able to hold on. He, over the course of the next 5 or so minutes, he wraps up his prayer, and still not seeing you as you're hanging off over the edge, he pulls the window closed. You hear a latch kind of secure in place, and you watch as the room grows dark as the candles are blown out. And
Of
after
course, he
about
closed the window.
Oh,
and after about another 10 minutes, roll perception. Yeah, after another 10 minutes, you hear a faint snoring coming from pretty much right the other side of the window that you're on.
Okay, and you said he locked the window, or he just latched it?
He, like, you know one of those little door latches that you would put on a screen door? One of those little hook-shaped ones that you would drop down into the ring?
Seriously, how am I supposed to get into that?
do you have like a card or something? Anything thin? Oh, now I'm mitigating.
No, because those pop down. There's no way to. Well, now I can't get into the room.
I mean, lockpicks are thin, just putting that out there.
Oh, you said it's one of those metal bars that comes.
No, I said it's one of those little metal hooks, you know, the flimsy little pieces of shit that you put in a screen door.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
No, it's one of those little metal hooks that you drop down into a metal ring.
Okay. Use tools.
Yeah, you, with the greatest of ease, you manage to slide one of the picks up, like, in the crease of the window and pop the hook out.
All right. And let's do stealth. Let's hope it's good because you said I
With
get advantage, right?
Yes, with advantage now that he's asleep.
Oh snap.
Yeah, 23 beats the shit out of his passive perception.
Okay.
So,
And yeah, I'll sneak over and pop the thing in the ring.
all right, you grab the orb and it's gone.
Yeah, and I already perceptioned the room and I didn't see anything else suspicious, so I'll just leave then.
Yeah, there was nothing else. Just a couple of, like I said, idols to a select handful of gods on the opposite side of the room.
Can I look at those idols now that I'm in there and see which ones they are?
Yes, religion with advantage. With a 17. The main one, like sort of the centerpiece of this little altar that he seems to have built, is Muta, the god of the underworld.
In choice.
And he is flanked on the one side, like on Muta's left side, your right, looking at him. There's Raves, the god of the sun. And then to the left is Noctis, the god of dreams. And that's the one that he was praying to before he went to bed.
Interesting choices. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave. And I'll make sure that the window is closed.
Okay, closed, but it's going to be damn near
It's not
impossible.
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be locked. It's just gonna close.
Okay, then roll me one more acrobatics to get down the rest of the building. Okay, now roll me a dex save. Okay, so since we're on the theme of it, you know in Assassin's Creed when you go to jump between buildings but the gap is a little too big and you get that oh shit moment as you're falling down,
Mm-hmm.
you hit the ground, what'd I say, 4 stories up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll
Just see
take
there's
half.
a bill of hay down there just to keep going. there, I guess.
Unfortunately, there's not. So you will take half of this. 7 falling damage.
Acceptable.
As you
Yeah,
feel
as-
your ankles
Yeah,
disintegrate.
like you're able to right yourself and land on your feet, but as soon as you hit the ground, you just feel like a jolt run up your legs. You're like between your fingers and your legs now. You're gonna be pretty fucking sore in the morning.
We're gonna say it's because I was hanging there.
Yeah. But yeah, so you hit the ground, you take 7 points of falling damage, and you're more or less clear from here if you wanna Gitfo.
Yes. I guess I will go talk to Lucian. I'll head to Lucian. He knows
Okay, so
more
you-
about scrying orbs.
Yeah, so you're physically returning to the ship.
I hope my diagram helped.
Yeah. Yes, it did help. Thank you. I needed to see it.
Yeah, in hindsight, I should have just drawn the fucking thing.
Well,
Yeah, probably.
listen, I had the backup. We were good.
Okay, so from this place back to the ship, it'll be about a 30-minute walk. And that's about the time it'll take Charia to get to the beach party.
Well,
So
Yeah.
which of you would like to go first?
I'll let her go first. I'm interested in that call.
Okay.
Make sure to call them collect Thalia.
So Thalia, you get back to the ship, you head down to Lucian's workshop, and you notice he is now with slightly bloodshot eyes and bags starting to form under them. You notice he is still at work interweaving those spells into your mask.
God, this poor boy needs. I'm about to add one more thing to him.
Yeah, and you see like his eyes flit over as you come in, and then immediately back to what he was doing.
Hello again, Captain.
Hey, Lucian, sorry to bother you. I need some information about scrying orbs. I need to find out who the last person that was called on the scrying orb. Is that possible? And I pull out the scrying orb.
That's okay. Not one of mine. Cool. Well, the easiest way is to simply just activate the damn thing.
Oh, that'll work.
Yes, as long as the magical frequency of a scrying orb is not changed, if you start up a call, so to speak, it will simply get into contact with the last person who was contacted.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Then again, you also need the person on the other side of the conversation to have not changed their magical frequency. Do you think there's any possibility of that having happened?
I have no idea.
Worth the try. So,
But mind you, he's not breaking eye contact with the mask anymore. Like, he's answering your questions, but he's not looking at you.
Okay. Well, thank you. I will let you get back to that. Please remember to rest from time to time.
of course, just another hour or two of this, and then I will take a nap.
Right.
Gotta respect the work ethic, though.
I don't think it's work ethic. I think it's just like
Yeah, it's more
focus.
it's more like obsessive psychosis, if anything.
Yeah.
it's extremely not healthy. Whatever.
Yeah.
it is.
You say
If
that,
anything,
I
it's
say
very
it's good work-
it's
work
very
ethic.
unhealthy.
That boy needs therapy.
He really does.
There's not a shrink alive that can help him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let him.
It sounds like you need a doctor.
We have a doctor.
Let's
Thank
just
you.
say
Very
we
much.
have one. Well, she has a doctor.
Well,
I
we have a
have-
medical doctor, not a therapist.
I'm sure he
What's the
can.
difference?
I'm sure he can make up some sleep stuff for him.
Anywho,
Anyways, I'll thank him and get out of the way. And actually, just in case, because you can see the other person.
you can see if the scrying orb is say in somebody's pocket, you will see the inside of the pocket.
But I mean, if they answer, obviously, they're scrying. orb will be-
Yes. If it's out and they're holding it, then yes, you'll be able to see whoever's on the other side.
Okay, well then I am going to illusion myself as Manu.
Does that copy the
It's
voice
my-
or only the look?
Just the look. Because I'm not going to actually talk.
Okay.
I'm just going to make it the illusion of, hey, I accidentally dialed you.
Interesting.
I'm just going to put the illusion of Manu on.
Okay, where are you? Are you outside of Lucian's workshop?
Mm. I will find a random backdrop. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be out. I'll definitely be outside of his workshop.
Okay. Yeah. Like, where exactly do you want to be?
Somewhere where behind me won't look like I'm in a port. Would there be anything on the ship that wouldn't look like I'm on a ship?
You could turn and face away from where the actual port district is. Those buildings wouldn't look like a ship. Or if you get off the ship and just stand with, say, like the buildings.
Or like the ocean behind me or something.
That could work.
Could
That's
be
not-
anywhere. Yeah, I could be anywhere on that coast. Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. That way the only thing behind me is just blank water. Or
Okay.
I guess it would look black in this time.
Yeah. That time of night, you wouldn't be able to make out any details of the water.
Yeah, okay. So I'm using my Kitsune magic to make myself look like Manu.
Okay.
And I will call it up.
After a couple of seconds, a dark hooded figure appears in your scrying orb.
Seriously?
Hello, Father. Was there something else you needed to tell me?
Do I recognize the voice?
Roll history with advantage. Yes, you fucking do. That's Temma's voice.
Okay. I am gonna do sort of a, wave and sort of bow my head like apologies and then just turn it off.
Okay, you said you turned it off?
Yeah, I'll cut the line. Just sort of like a, oh crap, like, sorry. But not say anything.
All right. Actually,
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
go ahead and roll me a deception right quick.
Hey!
Wow, you... Okay, never mind.
Well, she's got like 3 things that are expert.
I am a rogue.
Yeah, rogues are scary, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Like when it
rogues.
when it comes to subterfuge, there's really nobody better.
I have 4 things actually: perception, sleight of hand, stealth, and deception.
Yeah, level 6. Yeah, level 6 you get 4 things. But yeah, no, so because you beat her out, she does not find that suspicious.
She's like, oh, Dad's getting on in his years.
Yeah, getting on in years, probably was putting the orb away, probably just, tapped it by accident.
Okay. Do we know anybody that has like a tracking thing?
I mean,
I believe there's actually a spell called Scrying that can do that, but I think it's a higher level spell and you actually need something physical from the target.
Yeah, I just don't know if
I
anybody
mean,
has.
I have mentioned before that I have the spell locate object.
Yeah, but I'm trying to locate a per.
Well,
You
you
two
Wait,
are
what
also not-
is-
you two are also not in the same place right now.
That is also true.
Oh, guiding hand just does for place, right?
Yeah, guiding hand just like if you have a place in your mind, it'll basically just point you in the direction. Like a really unreliable quest marker.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything for bull.
Well, here's the thing. You saw what they were seeing, what was on the other end, right? Not just the person, but where they were.
Did I? You just said that I saw a hooded figure.
Well, you were listening for voice. You didn't ask me about any of that.
You said I saw a hooded figure.
Mm-hmm.
You dick.
roll a history with advantage because you were right there.
You're a dick.
I was gonna say that's kind of nitpicky.
Well, I can't just give this shit to you. You have to ask.
You told me what I saw.
Yeah,
you
say,
said
if
you
she's
see a
looking
hooded
at it,
Didn't
figure.
yeah.
say that, man.
Fine.
I'm
So
sorry,
with a 19, you saw pretty much the same thing. The figure was surrounded by kind of a dark backdrop, making it very difficult, if possible, to make out any physical like markers of where they were. However, you could hear the faint crashing of ocean waves.
Okay. Since Charia already told me about the beach party, I assume that's where Tim is at. So then I am going to rush to the beach party. Or I will try to call up Charia as I'm rushing towards the beach without my Manu illusion on.
Okay. Charia, you get a buzz in your pocket.
Ah. I pull it out as I hear my favorite my favorite bardic song playing because I've changed the ringtone.
Mm.
Yeah, but I pull it out and I'm just like, yes.
It's Tema. Be on the lookout for Tema.
Okay. Which one was Tema again?
The water genasi from the temple. She was water,
Oh
right?
yeah, her.
Yeah, she was water.
All right. Well, I'm going to the beach if she's there.
I heard waves crashing, so she's probably there. I'm heading there right now.
All right. Want me to just go up to her and stab her, or try to get her to kill me, or?
No, just watch her.
Okay, I can do that.
But not obviously.
Yes, I used to kill people for. Well, I probably should be announcing this. I used to do very questionable work for people, so I know how to not be seen.
Yeah. Alright, I'll see you there.
Bye. I hang up.
So I would say that I'm rushing beach party, because I've got a longer ground to cover.
Right. So we'll just say you're like what, dashing there, cover twice the ground.
Yeah, just along that beach area as best I can.
Okay, yeah, covering about double the distance, give or take. I'd say, Charia, after you get to the beach party, like within 2 minutes, Thalia's there.
That's fast.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm gonna be looking around for.
That's pretty fast.
I'm gonna be looking around for
it's not that
Temma.
big. However, Jura and Okazad, after you get out of the city walls, there are no roofs to prance around on. So what do?
Yeah, I was thinking on this.
Part of me was thinking the wall there.
Super suspicious.
Like, yeah, how's the moon shining? Like, or is there a moon for one thing? Right now.
Today. Fuck, what is the in-game date? I keep having to.
I haven't gotten there yet. That's trying to upload these videos as fast as I can, man.
Well, what? Do you remember what the one for the last episode you posted is?
The one going up is on the 8th of the third moon, or third summer.
8th of third summer, and it's been a little bit since then. So it'd be around the middle of the month. It would actually be either full or close to it.
Yeah, I think we're on the 18th or 19th.
Yeah, it's
We're around
there's
there.
about 10 episodes in between the one.
Yeah, somewhere between the 17th and the 19th. I'm not sure
It's around that
where
date.
specifically.
Okay, so let's assume the 18th just for this.
What we're doing now may be different from the number in the corner.
Yeah, but let's assume if it is the 18th, the full moon would have been 2 nights ago.
Okay, so how is where is it positioned? Like, is there a shadow casting from the wall down towards the beach, or is it towards the city?
It
How
would
far
be-
away is the party from the ball?
That's another question too.
Yeah, the party would probably be a little closer to this cape down here, so as not
That's
to
pretty far.
annoy any of the citizenry with the noise.
Okay, so even if we're against the wall, we probably wouldn't be able to see that.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the lunar light I would say would be coming from the west, so out in this direction.
Okay.
So basically, we're double screwed.
We'd have to keep.
Yeah.
We'd have to be kind of south so our shadows wouldn't cast down on them, so they can see us from a distance. But that light's still gonna not help us very out.
It also doesn't help that there's no cover anywhere as far as.
I mean, is there
actually
any
got
way
a
to
lot-
make it look like you're a part of the party?
I'd say
Well,
double,
there-
double-
yeah, I
we
was
have
gonna
cover
say-
all around us.
And also, Jura, roll a intelligence with advantage.
Can you do it? Oh,
Well, I minus 2.
Okay, so 8's not terrible. The science of it completely escapes your lizard brain, but you do know that fire also casts shadows all around,
Yeah.
and from that conclude that 1 or 2 additional shadows would likely not be noticed.
It's possible, but we still have the light coming down on us too. But here's my suggestion. Okazad, you said we have no cover, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's incorrect. If we bury ourselves just underneath the sand,
I like where this is going.
Are we really doing this? Are we really?
if we're just deep enough and far enough underneath, we can keep track of what's going on.
As we
you
just see.
still have to get there.
Yeah. If we're under like just a loose amount of sand,
Nobody's
it's not gonna slow us
gonna
down.
notice that. Hey, there's some digging going on over there.
If we're quiet about it, it'll be fine.
I don't like this plan at all. I
Why
don't
not?
like it.
They won't be able to see us. We'll just look like mounds of sand.
It's hilarious. You should do it anyway.
I think it's a good plan.
Yep. Is there something I can roll for confidence in this plan?
That's just on you. If you want to roll for your own self-confidence, you roll a 20.
Yeah, that's
Just,
Apparently, I'm confident in it.
yeah. Apparently, this is the best fucking idea you've heard today.
Fuck it, we're doing it.
listen, when have my plans failed?
In fact, you're so confident in this plan, you think, wings? Why not makeshift shovels?
Oh God.
So I would say, based on Jura's thinking, he would be like just far enough that they can't see us, but we can see them because they're in the light, so they're easier to see. If we're
Yeah, and,
further
like-
back.
And like typical like campfire / bonfire, like once you're out of the usual like the area where the light radiates, it's damn near fucking impossible to see, especially if your eyes have already adjusted to the flame.
Yeah, and so I say we'll bury ourselves, and because like I said, we're just going just underneath the sand. We're not going very far down.
Okay, so like really all you'd have to do is just lay down and then just flail around some to get sand thrown up over you.
Yes, exactly. That is my. How do you?
I'm sorry, but I would love to see this like in person, just them covering themselves.
You know.
in sand.
You know what this would look
The
like.
best
you know,
mental image.
Keeping it.
It-
You
it's
know
just
how
a
alligators
crowd.
look when their
It's a
eyes are
crowd.
poking outside up on top of the water? It looked like that,
Yes.
but with us with sand. Just my red mohawk sticking out.
And because they're lizards, it just makes it so much better.
I'm gonna have fun drawing this. But okay, then I assume as Charya is getting, or Charya and Thalia are walking over to where the bonfire is, Jura and Okazad, go ahead and roll me either an athletics or acrobatics of your choice to flail around in the sand.
Yay!
Hmm.
Oh, there you go,
Yes, you both managed to do so.
lizard boys.
This is so dumb.
It's working though.
This is
It's
awesome.
working, and that's the sad thing.
What do you mean? Again, I question you. When has my
I
plans
I'm not. I
failed?
refuse to answer.
Because they haven't failed.
Comes up with some of the stupidest plans, and the dice gods always make it work.
Exactly.
I can never say my ideas are not entertaining.
So yes,
I'm
you are.
laughing so hard.
Yeah, so you are both effectively covered in sand, and for that I will give you both stealth with advantage at +5 each.
See, we are one with our surroundings.
Do they need to roll stealth right now?
Yeah.
We got +5,
So-
so.
Plus
Yeah,
5
so-
though.
Yeah,
That's
so
still 14.
Yeah, 14
And
is not
that,
bad.
and that still could have been better.
And that's 8.
And
See,
no,
could have
no,
been
no,
better.
no.
yeah, that's 28. It's
So,
it could be better, Deadlock, but you're also dealing with a bunch of drunk, possibly high, absolutely amorous teenagers. Pretty much, you're like 14 is nowhere near their highest passive perception. You're fine.
Meanwhile, I'm
honestly,
so invested
there's
in my
some of the
own
least
plan.
people I'm trying to fool. It's whoever's gonna be showing up here that's not part of the party. That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
concerned
so
with
invested in
doing.
my own plan that I'm
Yeah,
really,
Jura,
really
Jura's basically like the Emperor Bulblax from Pikmin, but like by the time you see the eyes, it's already too late.
It's somehow we managed to bury that mohawk.
now he made it look like a piece of coral that got up on the shore.
Or sandcastle.
or seaweed.
Just,
Yeah, just orange seaweed. Why not?
Yeah, when it starts to dry out, it gets like a yellowy orange.
Then Charya and Thalia, while this amazingness is going on,
Mhm.
you both come upon this large, partying, like just raving crowd of people. There's at least like 70 people in this crowd.
wow.
And as you walk up and begin weaving yourselves into this group, that is where we will end it today.
Yeah,
damn
man.
Son of a bitch.
You're an asshole.
Ugh.
We couldn't have gone on for at least another half hour. No.
Nope.
How dare you?
Such a prick.
Nah, because we're about to fight a crowd of 70 crazy teenagers.
No, we won't.
Relax. They'll be drowned in no time.
Della's already planning to use Tidal Wave to send him into the ocean.
We need a plan to capture her, get her away from the.
It's alright. What I'll do is
Don't worry.
I'll start digging my way towards her, and I'll grab her by the feet.
And just pull her under the ground like
Tremors.
Kachi.
Just
Earth
pull-
style, headhunter jutsu.
Exactly.
No,
Mhm.
don't worry. I got a plan. And it involves the spell enhance ability and my charisma.
God, why would you do this to me, Chris? I get this perfect plan in place, and you end the session right there.
Listen, what I'm encouraging you to do is fucking take notes. Remember what your perfect plan was.
It's his plan.
And it's working out beautifully.
Yeah, because I can promise you, I'm a fucking remember this. This is great.
How can
And
you not?
you just become the guardian. You've become the guardian of the sand.
You say what you want. I had the most creative thought here. You said there was no cover, and I proved you wrong.
Yeah, there
You
was no
did.
cover. We made it.
Yeah.
No, it was there. You use the environment.
Yeah, it's called making your cover.
Jura just fucking desert bushcrafted himself the perfect disguise.
someone you looked around, you said, "There's no cover here. There's no way anyone could sneak around here." Meanwhile, Juro playing Metal Gear Solid over here.
Jared just wanted to play in the sand. That's all he actually wanted.
Just giving himself like a. I just imagine Jura giving himself like a chinchilla dust bath and then realizing, oh wait, this works.
Ah, convenience.
Well, now we need to figure out how to capture her
Well, we have to find her
quietly.
first.
I mean, that might not be as hard as
I
hard as you
mean,
think.
there was a thought I had earlier that I didn't want to metagame it, but there's the possibility that it's over on the island past the ferry.
It's possible, but I mean, this is the most likely place we can find her.
It is, but
Wait,
we also
what?
know of a Genasi that's
He
also
thinks
out there.
he's speculating that it could be on Winkrell instead of Mahad.
Oh, I thought it was only happening in...
Yeah, all the murders that happened over here, and if we're suspecting her to be in on the murders, she's going to be over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will lampshade that right now. All of the murders are, and will take place in Mahad.
The only thing is, what if we go through all... Like, we have to wait for her to do something to make sure she's actually going to kill. Because this could be something totally unrelated. I'm not saying it's not.
Oh, I'm gonna grab her anyway.
Well, here's the thing. From what we found out on the Shrine Orb, dark hooded clothing.
Yeah.
How was that
Yeah.
not suspicious?
I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
super suspicious.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's...
What if she's
could be
hiding a
something
nice
else.
dress? What if she's just hiding like a prom dress underneath?
Well,
Well, then
Actually,
we will observe her for a very
one-
short time and then grab her.
One final roll. Charia and Thalia, roll me a perception both.
hooray.
Charia, dark hooded robes seems to be the flavor of the event.
Oh god.
Son of a bitch.
God damn
We
it.
just walked into the worst
not-
possible place.
We're not dressed.
I think we're about to watch a mass murder happen.
Strangely enough, I feel like I'm the only one who actually matches that.
But yeah.
You
with
don't
that,
match
I
at all. You're in
need
the
to head
sand there, buddy.
No, but like you get what I mean.
I need to head off for dinner, guys. So I
Okay,
think
yeah, then with that,
Yeah.
we will see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Later.
Bye.